All right, in this video, I'll give you my thoughts, or rather advice to young Indian men, specifically Indians. Okay, and it is in relation to girls. See, because not only because I have my WhatsApp group where once a while they always bring up these questions about, hey, girls, how to date, and there is nobody for them to talk to, and it's a topic where either people make fun of them or they don't know who to go to, so they ask questions. Okay, so I thought I would give them a dosage of real advice. It's like the, I don't know, you call this red pill or black pill and all these bullshit terms, but I like to keep it real. Okay, and this is advice to Indian boys or men in relation to Indian women or dating in general. Okay, so I'll give you my thoughts. Feel free to comment down below and let me know whether you agree, disagree, whatever it is. Okay. Now, if you follow my channel long enough, and if you're not new, you'd know my experience with women. I have, like they say, for lack of a better term, done it all, And some people question my ethics and morals, say, what a loose character you are, Let's not get into that. I have experience. I made certain choices. I lived a certain life. So I do have a certain understanding of women. And that is what I want to share with you, minus the mistakes that I made. Now, first and foremost, to all the Indian boys who are watching this video, Indian men, or even if you're not Indian, if you're watching this, the first piece of advice that I'll give you, the first one, even though I have 10, I'll go with the flow. Girls are not a sexual object. Girls are not a sexual object. They are not a condom. They are not a vibrator. They are not a... They are not like, a prostitute where you can have sex and dump them. I know you'll call me out and, hey, look who's talking, a guy who was a playboy. I was a playboy, yes. I dated women who were not children. They were grown adults, consenting two adults above the age of 18. Both know what they want. Both are comfortable dating. Both live independently. And both don't mind spending time with each other. So I spend my time with consenting adults, not underage girls or not babies. And I wasn't a baby myself. So if you are dating someone who is an adult and she doesn't have a problem, you don't have a problem, I don't see why the world should have a problem, unless, of course, you're living under your parents. Then the parents have the last say because you're eating their food, living under their shelter, taking their money, so they have the authority. Okay, so first things first, to all the men out there, women are not sexual objects. Okay, and it's not because I have a daughter. It's not because I'm married, my fourth marriage. My daughter, it's not because I have a daughter. I treated women in the same way, the same respect, the same values I did before I had a daughter, and now when I have a daughter. There are certain differences that come with being a father that you'll understand only after you marry and have kids. So the first thing to all the boys is girls are not a sexual object because, okay, in my group, out of respect for me and respect for the other members, they don't, talk like the typical boys. Hey, man, look at her boobs, man. Oh, fuck, man, I want to do this. Man, her ass is like this, her body. Oh, man, I would like to. And it's so sad. It's so unfortunate that even adults, men, grown-ass men, married men who are old enough to be even a grandfather, we have these Facebook groups where you have Filipino bar women or Filipino dating or whatever. Mostly bar girls means girls who work in bars but also, double down in duty in terms of being sex workers or prostitutes. They choose their customers. It's a mutual thing. So when I read some of their comments, sometimes you must be asking, what are you doing in these groups? I like to know what is happening, whether it is business, economy, employment, local communities, mothers and fathers, various groups. I always read what is happening. It keeps me, updated as to what is the trend. So, being part of these bar groups, the comments are truly disgusting. The girls, they photograph themselves as like 18-year-olds. You see this porno where these girls are just, I'm only 18 and all that. And the way these guys talk, oh, yummy, and, they'll actually take the photograph and then they'll take a screenshot and they'll circle a private part or sometimes and they'll say, yummy, I would like to sink my tongue over there and this and that. I don't know about others, but for me, I I find it very cheap. And obviously, it's not only the men; the women are also doing that. Like you'll see some photographs of a girl sitting on a plate, legs open, and all you can eat buffet. She puts on a panty. So it's both the ways. Okay. So these females don't mind being sexualized. They're doing it to earn money. They have the customers. So it's a transaction. Fine, they're both adults. But in the other world, which is not red light district, you have to treat women or girls or whatever with a certain degree of respect. Like when you talk about your mother, you respect her. When you talk about sister, you respect her. Obviously, you're not going to look at a girl and say, you're my mother. But at least treat her the way you treat your own sister. A bit of respect and dignity. I'm hoping that you don't have a sick mind where you look at your relatives and fascinate or salivate at their body parts. Because if you do, then you seriously need to be arrested and put in a mental psychiatric ward as being a, I don't know, sexual pervert. But when you look at these women, if you look at your mother and sister, you don't feel like that, right? I'm not going to lecture you and be like a priest or something. Even priests are terrible. Okay. So please don't look at them that way, because if you do, they can sense it. Now, it's not that women don't feel anything. It's not that they don't have feelings and urges. But if you were to be identified as someone who's staring at a girl's, look at her boobs, man. You come across as a fucking slime ball, yeah. So the first one is girls are not sexual objects, and girls are not there to it's not a device to put on your sausage to satisfy. That's number one. Yes, you may watch porn. Yes, you may see all that. That is not real. So don't fascinate. Don't just don't do that, because then you come across as a disgusting human being. Okay. Yes, you have urges. Yes, we all do. But don't put that forefront right at the top, man. And this is a major problem with our Indian men. And it's not just Indian. I think it's, I don't know, Pakistani, Bangladeshi, places where interactions with females are less. They are overly desperate. Even in the Middle East country, they are desperate. And that is why when you have these refugees or Muslim refugees, they go to Europe and all that, they suddenly see these females openly, free, and they can't control themselves. So this is the same problem, which is why if a girl talks to an Indian guy, just talks, hi, how are you? Immediately they think, oh, I can have sex with her. Oh, that meme is there, Bobs and Vagin. A girl just needs to say hi to you on social media and immediately you'll get a hard on and you'll think, oh, now I can talk to her about sex. Show me. So please, boys, I wish I could tell you some way to control your sexual desires and your frustrations, but that is a chapter for a different day. But girls are not a sexual object. And if you cannot control your desperation and your urges, then you might as well go to the red light district. A girl, a normal woman, a female, is not looking for desperate men. There's no shortage of men for women. A girl just has to, update her status, I'm single, and she might get 10,000 guys. Seriously, just click of a finger. So for girls, to get guys is easy. So, and a girl is not searching for a guy desperate for sex. And if a girl says hi to you, it is maybe to just have a conversation. So that comes to my next point, which is interact with a girl as a friend. First, you start at the most basic foundation level as a friend, as a human being, as like if you were to go to your office and you were to meet your boss or you were to meet a VIP person, you will talk to them with respect, with reverence, as a gentleman. Do the same with females. I'm not saying put on an act like, hi, how are you? Put on an accent or act what you're not. Yes, be like that word authentic, be your normal self, but a little bit of, manners, a little bit of class, a little bit of, you know, like, for example, it's like if you listen to Shashi Tharoor talk and the way he dress, you get a feeling about he's a classy guy. Same way. Okay. So first is they are not a sexual object. Second one is look at them as a friend. Third one is, respect. Okay. I know this is so dumb that I'm actually telling you all this, but I can assure you this. There are a majority of boys who don't know this and who don't use the fundamentals. And the next thing which I tell all boys is, young men, I'm young men as in, don't think you're too smart and don't think girls are too dumb. A girl gains maturity faster than men. Woman gains maturity faster than men, young woman. And they are able to see through you. They are able to read through you. They can analyze in seconds. They just have this intuitive sense that this guy is out there for what. So if you're thinking you can con them by being who you're not, eventually they'll read through you. Okay? If you're like acting like a nice guy, but you have this hidden agenda of sex and playing around, they can see. And remember this, now there are criminal laws if you con a female or tell her lies to get her in bed. And then there are these unscrupulous characters who fabricate a story. So be very careful. Understand that you're playing with fire and females have this weapon they can use against you. And we have seen many of those news. So keep in mind, females are not dumb. And in many cases, females can be very dangerous. They can be manipulative. They have, just as you have your agenda for sex, they have their agenda. Okay? And just see, oh, okay, there was a message. All right. Now, what comes next? So you're not going to see a girl as an object. You're not going to, you're going to treat them as a friend. You know that they are not dumb. So what comes next? What comes next is, I think, the simple question that people ask themselves when they are applying for a job. The CEO or the decision maker says, so why should I take you? Tell me, why should I take you? Or what makes you stand out? In the same way, the girl also is asking the question, so why should I date you? Why should I come out with you? Why should I trust you? And you should not just by giving memorized answers or smart sounding answers. You have to show through your actions, your dress sense, your behavior. You have to answer that question. Why should she select me? Why should she go out with me? Why should she talk to me? And remember, all the while, the girl will be busy reading you, scanning you, analyzing you. So you'll have to answer that question. Now, here's one thing which I want you to keep in mind. We're living in a day and age where today females have much more independence, much more education, much more opportunities, and most of the females who work, they already have been with many, many guys. So you are fighting an uphill battle where if she has experienced slightly higher standards and then higher standards and it comes at this level and you're here, you will never get that girl. We all want someone above our pay grade. That's a fact. So if you're aiming for high up there, remember she's aiming for even higher up. So which brings me to the next one. After why should the girl go out with you? Don't go above your pay grade. See, if your budget is to buy a Toyota, you don't walk into a Maserati or Bugatti or Rolls Royce or Ferrari showroom. You can afford a Toyota. You can pay the service for a Toyota. Or maybe you have to take a bank loan to buy a Toyota. And Baba, lower your expectations, no? You need to lower it. Everyone wants the most perfect girl. The long hair, the beautiful body, the perfect face, the perfect figure, the amazing person, the great sex, everything you want. But if you are Ramu from the village, who can only afford a scooter, boss, come on. Seriously. Some of the guys who I speak to, when they ask me about girls and all that, by chatting with them for a few seconds, you just feel like, man, I'm talking to a dumb fuck. He's a nice guy, but he's a dumb fuck. And then when I ask them for their photograph, sometimes I tend to say, show me a photograph. How? Oh goodness, it is such a tragedy looking at them. You begin to wonder, like, fuck, man, you look like a laborer. You look like one of those cleaners. You look like someone who has had alcohol and is desperate and has got a hangover, and you look so horrible. Who the fuck would want to? No, when I'm going on a date, I'll look classy. Boss, be classy with or without a date, yeah? Don't be classy only when you go. It's like you look like a fucking security guard or a bathroom cleaner most of the days of your life. And only when you're going to go for a date, you'll have a shave and you'll have a haircut. Or forget that, you'll have a bath. Most of the guys don't even know bloody grooming. I'm serious. They don't even know grooming. They don't even know I have to trim my body hair, or I have to make sure my armpits don't fucking stink, or your package down there has to be kept clean. They are not aware of this. Not a joke. Not a joke. Not making up stories. These are real facts. They just don't know because nobody was there to teach them. Nobody was there to train them. So when you don't know all this, how the fuck are you going to get a female? And here's even worse. There are so many of them who are experts. Oh my goodness. There are these guys who literally talk about orgasm. Man, you'll make her squirt all over. She'll be squirting and all that. We used to have some guys talking like this. And I was like, how old are you? Hey, it's not the age that matters. It's the experience. All big talk they'll give. And then you finally find out he's bloody maybe 16 or 18 or some 20. How many girls you go? Oh, I've been with many. It's a confidential question. And then finally it reveals the truth. No, I've not been out with any girls. My parents don't allow. Mummy and daddy don't allow. Then what are you talking about squirting and putting your tongue there and this and the what? What? No, I've seen it in porn. Boss, that's not real life. It doesn't work that way. On a porn, you'll say, oh. It's disgusting. It doesn't happen that way in real life. And then you have guys with theories, amazing theories, but all in the virtual world. They are the alpha male in the virtual world, but in real life, they are a big fucking zero. I can challenge you this. Majority of all the people online who talk big, meet them face to face. Open challenge. Meet them face to face. You'll be shocked. So many times I've seen these guys talk so fucking brave. But when you talk to them, you're like, oh, fuck. It's like when I see them on video, I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean, you are talking to me as if you're bloody, Harvard graduate, Elon Musk, that level, intellect. Yuval Noah Harris and the DNA structure of and the theory of relativity and $1 billion investments and all. And when you talk to you dress up like with your bloody scooter and a cow grazing at the fucking field over there. You don't even know how to fucking dress here. Who are you trying to fool here? See, online you can fool everyone. Real life is what matters. And you want to meet a girl only online or you want to meet real life? So, real life is where you should be, no, not online. And then they'll say, sir, but how can I meet girls? Where can I? Boss, if everything has to be given spoon-fed, here, take this girl, here, this is the venue, here, enjoy. My dear Ramu, my dear Mohan, my dear Mohammed, my dear Ibrahim, here are all the girls, enjoy. You think people are going to do that? You need to fucking find out, yeah? You need to go out there into the real world. Like when you want a job, you need to go into the real world. Just sending 10,000 emails on LinkedIn or 20,000 on this group doesn't work. You need to have real world experience. This virtual world is only virtual, not real. Which comes out to the next point. I told you, real world. And that is where in the real world, your grooming, your manners, your behavior, your interpersonal skills, your leadership skills, all of it will be judged and evaluated. Getting a girl is not, you look like a bum, you act like a bum, and unless you're loaded, which most of you are not, if you don't have the fucking money, why would anyone want to spend time with you, man? Then, if you don't have the money, you can't take her to a VIP place, you can't take her outside. You'll say, oh, those are gold diggers. Fine, then show your character, no? Get a holy virgin like Mother Mary or Sita or some purity of, and this fascination. I want to marry a virgin. She has to be virgin, untouched, putang. Yes. Your sausage has been infected with all the STDs, but you want virgin, no? See the double standards, no? Why should someone bloody even look at you, forget you're hanging that rotten sausage? Your face itself looks as bad as your sausage. You don't have the money, you don't have the personality, you don't have the upbringing, you don't have class, you don't have anything. Then why the fuck should a girl go out with you, boss? And then sir, what will I do? What will you do? Focus on what matters. You can't, there's no such thing as free lunch. If you can't focus on all this, then go red light district, no? Or you don't have money for that, then online, Google, tick, 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 type VPN and go watch Ding Dong. Nobody's going to give you life with all the opportunities and all the pleasures, everything free. You need to earn it, boss. So if you say, oh, sir, money, I don't want gold digger, fine, you want a girl with a good character, then show what class you have. You are a bloody villager. Your personality, your looks look like one of the farm pigs. Your hygiene looks like one of the buffaloes covered in cow dung in, eating from the dustbin. You don't have anything from education to salary to nothing, not a successful track, nothing. Why should anyone come out with you, boss? The girl is better off just buying a vibrator and pleasuring herself, if that is the case. And for companionship, maybe she'll just hang around with the girls. Why you? You need to have class. You need to have common sense, which is not common. You need to not memorize 110 books. No. You need to be a good listener. You need to be a friend. You need to be likable. These are things that you cannot buy. You have to learn. So it all comes down to who you're hanging out with, who you're surrounding yourself with. In the real world, not virtual world. Yes, reading books does help. But real life helps even more. And then it comes down to the biggest thing. Girls don't want a boy. They want a man. You heard it? They want a man. They don't want someone who's a fucking kid who, hey, let's go to the second base. Let's try the third base. The fuck are you talking, boss? Oh, I need to ask my mummy for money. My papa will shout at me. What? I've had girls who tell me this is what their boyfriend has said. He's acting all macho and all that. The minute his father calls, he shivers like this. You think girls want something like that? Why do you think they are even going for older men, even married men? Because they want a man who knows how to treat them. It's unfortunate, but this is what is happening. End up going with married men. And the boys are left single. Because you don't know what the fuck girls want and you don't know how to give it to them. And please, no, it's immature bimbos and immature females who want a guy whose hairstyle is like Shah Rukh Khan and does like this, and Shah Rukh Khan does like this, and dresses up like some John Abraham. What, you want to be a cheap knockoff? It's like instead of buying Nike, you buy Pikey. Instead of Puma, you buy Buma. Who wants to buy a pirated version, a second class version of a global brand? Be you, no? Make yourself stand out. Yeah, people talk about my shitty, ugly face and tattooed freak and this and that. But hey, guess what? I still managed to score more points than you would ever have and your entire family would ever have. Because I knew some basic tenets of what females wanted. And by reading a book on pickup artists or watching a video on YouTube, yes, you might get a little bit of knowledge, but most probably that advice is not applicable to you. Oh, Andrew Tate said to be an alpha fucking male. Yeah, they question, where's my Bugatti? Baba, where is your fucking TVS cycle or scooter? Where is your scooter? Do you even have money to buy a new iPhone that you're talking? Forget iPhone. Do you have money to pay your fucking internet? Do you have the guts to tell your dad, Dad, I'm going to start working and live independently? You know, you live under your mommy and daddy and you're watching Andrew Tate. Want to be an alpha male. Where are the females, boss? You watch all this bullshit online and you think that is reality. I know it's unfair. I know you'll say, fuck, in that case, I'll never get a female. Well, beggars can't be choosers, boss. Or if you are so crazy about having a girl, if you're so crazy and it really matters to you, then you'll have to do what I did. You have to be absolutely obsessed, master the art of seduction, master the art of communication, master the art of projecting yourself, improve on your personal brand, learn how to show off, learn how to treat people, spend your money, spend your time, spend everything to keep the girls happy. Girls, hang out where they hang out. Be obsessed about this. And there'll be an opportunity cost. Your career will not grow, you'll not succeed, you'll not have friends, you'll not have meaningful relationships. But yes, you'll get what you want. And if you keep at it, and you'll get there. How do you think I got? You think anyone was there to teach this South Indian boy born in a South Indian family who no role model, no father, no mother, no friends, no internet, no Google. School of hard knocks. And finally I got there. And when you're a beggar, you can't be choosers. You can't expect hot female and sexy figure and blonde female. Just because someone else got it online doesn't mean you'll get. Be practical, be realistic. And just very simple thing, man. If your budget and your capacity is a second-hand fucking Toyota, what the fuck are you thinking of? Forget even a brand new car. Forget a Lexus. Forget a brand new Toyota. You can't maintain your own fucking self. What you're going to maintain a female here? If you're a real man, you need to take care of a female. That's what real men do. And if you don't have the capacity, then you're just talking of kiddie love. And then don't cry if she finds someone better and says bye to you. Right or wrong? It's very easy to comment and make fun of others and talk about others. Talk about you. All I can tell you is I was able to achieve whatever I did. I don't know, for lack of a better term, or not achieve, live the life I lived. Because I was obsessed. I was a student of learning. I wanted to master these skills. And yes, the uniqueness in my personal attention, talking, interpersonal skills. And this tattoos, all that came after the age of 31. Books, everything. I tried everything. And eventually got there. Even the art of sex, art of seduction. Some worked, most didn't. And at some point I realized, okay, enough is enough. And I realized I'm not doing this for sex. I'm doing it for the thrill of the chase. And remember, both men and women, both, even me, we have our needs. We have our wants. We have our urges. Females understand that. Guys understand that. Or I don't know if a guy understands that, but females know this. That a guy wants sex. They just know the minute you approach them, you want sex. They know it. You can hide it as much as you like. They know it. Now the question comes, how do you navigate in such a way where even though she's aware that you want sex, but she would be happy or not, for lack of a better word, I wouldn't say honored, should be more than happy to oblige. So what is it that you offer? You need to ask. One final thing I'll give you. There's no way you're going to achieve success until you fail. And there's no way you're going to fail until you keep trying. Meeting a woman, hanging out with a woman, managing a woman, maintaining a woman, knowing how to handle a woman takes trial and error and experience. And you need to dedicate your life, your time, your effort, your energy to it. And there's an opportunity cost. So if you're willing to put all this, yes, it'll work. Or get yourself an overpriced mentor, an expert who can help you. Otherwise, if you're google.com, youtube.com, WhatsApp University, then all the best. I don't know how far it's going to help you. So boys, young men, I hope this advice helps you. Let me know what are your questions. Feel free to talk. And I know there are a lot of questions about sex, but I don't want to make this video about sex. Maybe some other video. Feel free, put down your questions and thoughts down below. And let's see. I'll answer them. You guys take care. Good, bad, ugly. This is me signing off.